That's a good place to kick off. I'm really excited about this moving day. Everything you see here, it's about time. You know, it's been about 6 weeks, possibly 8 weeks. Uh, of going out and finding what I could find. Now, what you're seeing here, of course, many of you who are used to Indian trace know I do my cleanups. Not every hunt, and I'll go on a hunt and not do a cleanup, and then I'll wait and I'll do what we call moving day. Now, the unique thing about this for me, and it's just worked out that way, just developed, is that many of these points I'll not keep, and then many will go into my display box and, marinate for a little while, and then some of them will end up moving forward. But many I'll keep, and they just are stellar. They found a place, a secure place in my collection, like simple things like that little teeny marl mountain found at the cove as we do a moving day and go around here. That little point, like I have a place to keep it because it's easy to find a display or an easy place. I'd say a place with room for small things. When I find big points, those are hard to find a place to keep because I don't set up a frame with a whole bunch of big points. But this is really great workmanship on this little teeny piece. Delicate, great color on the stone. Impeccable, right? So that is easy. That's easy to keep for me. And, whatever steals your heart. Of course, a lot of you are. If you're just clicking by, you're wondering what that is. That's a pendant. It's crazy. So let's go around the circle and we'll just chat about it a little bit. I have plans this moving day. It is a moving day giveaway, but I'm not going to spill the beans too much because somebody has earned this this moving day. My tongue gets tied up sometimes. You make videos and you're sort of flowing along, impromptu. You got to do it live. That is sugar quartz. As a matter of fact, look at these two together. Both sugar quartz. And if you can see the texture in them, I have some perfect natural light, I think. If I had to describe it, this sugar quartz is lending towards gray. This is lending towards very coffee with a ton of cream in it. Here's a Marl Mountain right here from the bear. Now, these three right here in camera are moving. They're moving forward. Got somebody in mind, somebody who needs inspiration, who really doesn't find much of anything. He's young. That's all I'm going to say. Look at this. Absolutely nice Guilford. That, for at least around here, if I can get this focus to work, is indigenous. This is not. That's rhyolite. And I think the sugar quartz, they found modules around here, around this area. Not positive on that. Now, as we sail around here, look at this great Guilford round found at Crescent Woods, which is Site 6. It's one of my favorites. I mean, there's a Guilford underneath it. It's a great Guilford round. But sometimes the size and the thickness of a point or what have you grabs my attention. So that'll go into my box on moving day here. And I got to clear it out because I'm going to keep moving forward. Don't know if I'll ever find anything again in my life. I believe I will, though. Here's a piece. Found at Smoke Top. I think that's a very unique notch point. As you can see, this is probably going to move forward. As you can see, I'm going to give it to that guy. I know his name. I'm trying not to say it. Right here, I'm going to come in with my finger. It's broken off where the air was. See there? And rhyolite. But there's some great flaking. That's a great artifact. I mean, in the back, I know already it has some cortex on it. I love it. It's a great piece. I'm going to keep my room That is the room I have for artifacts and display pieces. And listen, my collection continues to trickle up, even if I work hard to find people to get these in their hands. I like the folks that work hard to find and don't find anything. I don't like that you don't find anything, but I like to seek them out. And those who cannot hunt, uh, that's what Indian Trace is about. I think that's what the community should be about, because I see a lot of collectors, and I look at a lot of shows that guys go to, and for the stuff they bring to the shows, I can't imagine how much they have at home. I can't even imagine it. And why? Once I die, the most part, my family, they're not head over heels in love with these stones. So they'll find a way to move them on, and somebody will throw a price at them and say, "Man, I'll give you $500 for everything," and they'll just say, "Okay, $500." Ain't gonna happen. Look at this rhyolite piece. That's moving forward. Nice piece. Of course, backing it up is a very recent find. And even though the tip's got a little off of it, it is not common that you find this vein quartz. So I'm going to keep it for now. And, when I collect, I'm doing two things. I'm trying to find artifacts that are great for my collection. And I'm also happy and looking for gifts too. Here's a great piece that I found at W Properties a little while ago. W Properties has this granulated material with pink in it. And some of the pieces have stronger accents of pink. And I've seen it before. If you're studious about Indian Trace, you've seen it before. Yeah, this is the piece that I found in the rain. Just maybe a day ago, 2 days ago. But it's time. When it's time, it's time. Another person was having a conversation with me. This piece is going to move forward into the hands of a good home. That was filmed live. This is an interesting piece because it is got a heavy bevel on it. I think that's just the method, the manner in which they were sharpening it, probably. I don't know what that means. It could mean that it's much older. I don't know. I mean, look at how they did the base on this. Purposed. Not even thin. Maybe that's woodland or something. I don't know. It's cool, right? It's cool. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, somebody was just chatting with me, and which happens often. We have our conversations. I wish more people got involved in making the community bigger and rounder and more engaged, and I try to push that. Try to push that every year. Here's a G10 for sure. Found it at the Bear. It's a crazy piece. And, well, when you have a piece like that, it's easy to find a place to keep it in your display. It's just simple. Yeah, he said to me, how on earth, because he won, the guy I'm talking about won the overwhelming giveaway on Indian Trace. And many people often say the same thing. How on earth do you ever sustain, look at the work on that, a collection and give so much away? Well, I guess it's just the land. There's multiplied thousands and thousands of everyday hunting points that they needed to secure their food with here in the earth. And I just work hard to find out where they were hunting or where they were living and find what I can. Look at this piece of sugar quartz. It is going to move forward. It is a straight base Guilford. It's a nice piece though. It's in pink. Found at the Cove. Here's another little Guilford. Piece I particularly like, just for curious little things. I mean, you can see where they worked right off the back so that they would have an area to haft. They were working hard to thin down the backside. And you can see it on both sides of the stone on this cleanup. Just flaking away and etching away at that so they could make appropriate tip. And then that thing would be ready to go. Ready to go out and get some food. All right, we're finished. No, I know. There's the pendant. It was a great find when I went through Glasslands, a site that I had never really found a whole lot in, and was flabbergasted because I worked hard looking at this and cleaning it and trying to get the hole cleaned out and washing it. I worked hard on trying to rule it out as a artifact. I worked hard on trying to rule it in as a toy that came out of a tricks box or a cereal box. But the more I looked at it, the more you look at it, the more you'll see. And it comes from a stone that they make a lot of hammerstones around here out of. Very gritty. Don't think it's sandstone though, it could be. But the more I looked at it, and the unique differences in holes, the more I realized this indeed was a true and ever-living pendant from the North American Indians, ancient Stone Age North American Indians. The more I looked at the valley and the absence of machine work, knowing how they drilled, the reduction on the top side of where the rope or cord held it, sinew. Then they made the rope or cord out of sinew, or probably sinew. You see that? So I